Whoever said Christians can't complain to God lied.
Can I tell you a secret?
Hi, you all. Welcome to Unbottled Secrets, the channel where my truth becomes your entertainment. My name is Fakira, and I make faith-based lifestyle and micro-locks content. So if you love the Lord and want to get to know me, then you will love this channel. A fallacy that has plagued Christendom, at least in my community, is the phrase, "You cannot question God." And this is usually in the context of something tragic happening or a series of unfortunate events, or just even in those moments where you are just doubtful and you are wondering why these certain things are happening to you. And I don't want to fault the people who say this, because it's typically in a comforting way to just say, like, things happen, it is what it is, go with it and just walk through it. But to tell people that they cannot question God is a lie. Point blank in the period, it's a lie. Because the Bible invites us to cast our cares and our burdens onto Him because He cares for us. So if you're coming to God with your problems, what's plaguing you, questions that you have, venting, complaints, all those things, you should do it when you're feeling those emotions. That's actually the best time to come to God, when you're feeling it in that moment and not after you ruminate on it, play it over in your head, create your own conclusion. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm good. I'm in a good place. Now I can come to God and talk about it. God wants our raw, our ugly, our messy without any cleaning up. It's His job to clean us up, not our job to come to Him clean. So the phrase, going back to the point of complaining, is called lamenting. That is actually a biblical phrase. It is the backdrop of most of the Psalms, and there's an entire book titled Lamentations. So God is not unfamiliar with His people venting to Him or coming to Him with burdens and pleading and groaning. He literally models in the Bible how to lament. So what is lamenting? Lamenting is a form of prayer. It is more than just venting and casting our frustrations. That's only part, but it is inviting God into our problems and renewing our confidence in Him. So it's not just venting and going on about our day. It's letting God know, this is what's happening with me. This is what's hurting me. This is what's plaguing me. I know, God, you see this. You're everywhere. You know that I'm going through this. This is very burdensome. I don't know how I'm going to get through it. However, I know that you are a good God and you will see me through. And I remain confident in this because your track record proves it. And I love reading the Psalms because that's literally the psalmist's cadence and trajectory as he is saying his lament. He is going down the lines. My enemies are coming after me. They're trying to destroy me, but I will put my trust in you. I remain confident in you. I know what you've done in the past through my ancestors. I know you are capable to deliver me, and you're good enough to deliver me. And even if you don't deliver me in the way in which I want to be delivered, you are still good and worthy of my praise. And I just mixed a lot of Psalms together, but that is basically how David puts it, is this problem is too big for me. I've cast it at your feet because I know you are good enough to see me through. And one psalm that comes to mind is Psalm 22. And I wanted to just kind of take it, not line by line, but section by section, just to give an idea of how David is presenting his lament. So the beginning of Psalm 22, David is saying, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And then he also continues to complain, Why are you so far from saving me from the world of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but I find no rest. And in this, it's saying like, God, I'm going through it. I'm groaning, but you're not answering me. I feel like you don't care. I feel like you are allowing me to just go through this by myself. Why have you forsaken me? That doesn't sound like somebody who is holding things in and not questioning God. No, he's actually asking a direct question to God. Why have you forsaken me? But then he goes down and say, yet you are holy. God, you are holy. You are set apart. You are righteous. You are good. You enthrone the praises of Israel. And it's important when he brings back the memory, because I think a lot of times in lamenting, we have to remember what God has done for us in the past. Even though our circumstances right now may suck, we have to have a I remember when type of mentality when we go into the throne of grace, as we're lamenting, as we're letting it all out, as we're partnering with God with our troubles and our woes. It's like, hey, I remember when you got my family member out of this. I remember even for myself. I remember when you saw me through this. Case in point from my life. I remember when I was unemployed and I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills, but all my bills got paid. I remember when you got my grandma through her cancer. I remember when you even saved my soul, got me through deliverance, did not let me perish in my sin. I remember when. And that's what David is doing in the psalm. You are a God who saw my ancestors through, so I know you can do it for me, even though it feels like you're not doing it right now. So now as I skip down to verse 9, David is just saying like, you were the God who basically knit me together in my mom's womb. You knew who I was. You ordained me to be here. You were my God even before birth. And he's just begging God, going down to verse 11, don't be far away from me. Like, see me through my troubles. Like, I already told you that I know you are a God who can see me through. I know you were my God before I was even born. So do it for me, please. I'm begging. This is literally a psalm. And in your private time, I would say read Psalm 22, because it's a psalm of someone who's literally going through it. And this is actually the psalm that Jesus referenced when he was on the cross, when he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? So even Jesus lamented, right? But he ends it in something that is just so beautiful. Verse 29 through 31. All the prosperous of the earth eat and worship. Before him shall bow all who go down to the dust, even the one who could not keep himself alive. Prosperity shall serve him. It shall be told of the Lord to the coming generation. They shall come and proclaim his righteousness to a people yet unborn, that he has done it. So it's like, even though my circumstances hasn't changed quite yet, I know you're going to do it. And generations who are not yet born will be able to praise and worship a God who has done it. Ooh, my phone. Who has done it. So that is Psalm 22. There are a numerous of Psalms that you could go through and just literally learn how to lament to God in your struggle, in your troubles. If you're ever wondering, how do I go to God about my problems? Read the Psalm or read Lamentations. And it's so crazy that I'm doing this topic because 2025 was literally my year of lamenting. I don't know how many times I was in the prayer closet, just complaining, just laying it all at God's feet, questioning him, asking him like, God, why would you let me be born in the circumstances that I was born in? This is really ghetto. I came to God with my rejection. I came to God with my romantic life. I came to God with my financial situation. I came to God with just everything that I felt like, God, I feel stagnant. I feel stuck. I feel behind. I feel unloved. I feel rejected. all of these different things. I cried, sobbed, like I was in my prayer closet on the floor, just sobbing, just releasing, laying at my Father's feet, just saying, God, I am tired. And in those moments, I didn't just get up still heavy from the pain and the things that God was like really instructing me to heal from. I got up with a renewed confidence, with a renewed hope that my God is going to see me through. Even when I got out of that closet, my circumstances have not necessarily changed since then. Like there are some things that God has definitely just been answering and addressing, but my circumstances are still pretty much the same, but my hope has changed. I am in a better place. I can smile knowing that the God that I serve is going to see me through. And that's why I'm so passionate about lamenting, because I can see the benefits of lamenting in my own life, a renewed confidence in my own life, a knowing that I don't have to shoulder burdens alone, because that was how I lived my life. Like I didn't really have people to vent to or talk to or give information to, because a big portion of my life is a lot for just a person, another human being to shoulder. And I know we're supposed to like shoulder each other's burdens, but imagine going to the same person every single time about the same thing that is not necessarily changing. That's a lot for someone to process. And I didn't want to do that to my friends. I shout out to my friends because they definitely heard me lament to them about certain situations. But when I lament to God, I just know that my circumstance is going to change, because God is going to either change me to be able to deal with my problems, or he's going to physically change the barriers and the issues. So I 100% think it's a beautiful thing. I think if you don't know how to lament, read the Psalms, read Lamentations, but just truly lay it at God's feet and don't hold back. God already knows how we're feeling. He knows our thoughts. He knows what's plaguing us. He's everywhere all at once. And he knows our inner thoughts. He knows our heart. So we don't have to be fake about it. We don't have to censor. We don't have to say, well, I don't want to tell God this and not this. No, tell him you're ugly. The thing that is like truly bothering you, and just see what he can do. Again, 2025 was a hard year for me. It was a hard year. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the things. It was hard. But the power of lamenting, I can smile, I can be happy, I can be joyful, I can be expecting and excited and hopeful. That's the big word, hopeful, because I know the God I serve will see me through. And it just reminds me that I'm not alone in this situation. Like, God is always there with me. He is holding my hand throughout this situation. And because I can vent to him, I can complain to him, I can give him all of me, even the ugly parts, it allows me to not be that strong, independent Black woman. I can be a daughter, childlike, happy, joyful, because my daddy got it. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion. Therefore, I will wait for him. And with that being said, we have reached the end of this video. I hope you gleaned something meaningful. In the comment section below, let me know, have you lamented to God? How do you lament to God? If you aren't lamenting, would you start lamenting? Is what I said helpful, or is there anything else you would like to add that I did not add about this topic? Let me know. I would love to know. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to become a secret admirer, please, 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 please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any time I upload a video. Share if you care. And until next time, Bye.